This video is not here to make you comfortable. It's not here to tell you what you want to hear. It's here to tell you exactly what you need to hear, even if it shakes you to your core. From the moment you were a child, you were taught to look outside yourself for answers, to search for someone to blame, to give your pain a name and a face. And yes, many times that name was your mother's. But here's the truth, almost no one dares to say out loud. It's not your mother who still holds you back. It's what your own mind did with her. This is not an attack. This is not criticism. This is a truth so uncomfortable that most people will run from it. But if you stay, if you dare to keep watching, you might finally understand the invisible force that's been shaping your life for years. And once you see it, you can never unsee it. Long after your mother leaves the room, or even your life, a part of her remains inside you, not in her physical form, but as an imprint deep in your unconscious. Carl Jung called this the mother complex, and it is not just a label from psychology books. It is an invisible prison, made of walls you cannot see, but can always feel. It's the silent voice that judges you without speaking. It's the emptiness you try to fill with relationships, achievements, or approval, and yet it never stays full. This need, this hunger, didn't even start with you. It is an emotional inheritance, passed down through generations. The mother, archetype, in Jung's language, is more than the woman who gave you life. She is a symbol of origin, of protection, of emotional nourishment, but also of suffocation, dependence, and fear of becoming your true self. When this archetype is not integrated, it turns into a shadow. And this shadow doesn't just stay in the past, you project it into your present, onto your partner, your boss, your friends, expecting someone to save you, understand you without words, love you unconditionally. But that is not love, that is lack. And lack cannot be filled by another person, only by awareness, courage, and the truth you've been avoiding. Most people never truly see their mother. They see a myth, a projection, a story created by years of unmet needs, unspoken wounds, and silences heavy with resentment. Maybe in your mind she's still the all-powerful figure who could have saved you, or the villain who caused your pain. But either way, she's not the real woman who raised you. She's a distorted image shaped by the child you once were. And here's the danger. That myth rules your life more than you want to admit. Every decision you make, every boundary you fail to set, every relationship that collapses because you expected someone to rescue you, all of it can be traced back to this projection. The missing gaze, the hug that never came, the words you longed to hear but never did. They planted roots deep in your psyche, and those roots keep growing. Even now, the most brutal truth, she's not coming to give you what she couldn't before. Healing doesn't happen when she changes, it happens when you stop waiting for her to do so. Healing begins the moment you stop looking outward for someone else to fix what's broken inside you. As long as you keep holding your mother, or anyone else responsible for the wound, you remain trapped in the same story, powerless to change it. This isn't about letting her off the hook. It's about understanding that the wound now lives inside you, and that makes it your responsibility. No one is coming to rescue you. Not a partner, not a friend, not even the apology you've been waiting for your whole life. The truth is brutal. Every time you act like her in ways you swore you never would, every time you repeat the same destructive patterns, you are keeping the wound alive. The complex isn't just emotional, it's behavioral. It has shaped your choices, your relationships, your self. The only way out is to bring it into the light. And that means facing the parts of you that are still loyal to the pain, the parts that would rather wait for a savior than become one. Real healing begins when you decide, without conditions, this ends with me. There is a silent agreement that lives deep inside many of us, an invisible loyalty to the pain of our mothers. You may not even realize it, but part of you might feel that letting go of the wound is a betrayal. It's as if healing means leaving her behind, or invalidating her suffering. This is the hidden trap. You carry her unspoken grief, her disappointments, her rage, as if they were your own. You sabotage your own joy because somewhere inside, you believe you must stay connected to her through pain. Jung understood this as a kind of unconscious bond that resists individuation, the process of becoming fully yourself. It's why you might hesitate to step into success, love, or freedom, because deep down, you fear she can't follow you. There, the complex keeps you loyal to the past, binding your growth to her unresolved story. And here's the cost. Your life becomes a continuation of her unfinished chapters. Breaking this loyalty is not rejection, It's the only way to love her without losing yourself. One of the hardest steps on the path to healing is learning to separate who you truly are from the emotional inheritance passed down through generations. Jung called this process individuation, the courageous journey of becoming yourself, distinct from the patterns and wounds you received. Your mother's fears, her limitations, her unresolved pain, they are not your identity, even if they have shaped parts of you. This emotional legacy often feels like a weight or a shadow that follows you, making it hard to distinguish where her story ends and yours begin. But freedom comes the moment you say, I am not this pain, I am more. This doesn't mean rejecting her or your past. It means recognizing that your life can be a new story. When you reclaim your identity, you break the cycle of unconscious repetition, allowing yourself to live authentically and intentionally, rather than as a reflection of old wounds. It is in this separation that true liberation begins. In a world that often teaches us to suppress our needs and prioritize others, choosing to care for yourself deeply is nothing short of a revolution. When you commit to nurturing your inner child, the part of you that once felt abandoned, unheard, or unloved, you challenge centuries of inherited patterns that taught self-neglect as a survival strategy. Self-care isn't about indulgence or selfishness. It's an act of courage and defiance against the internalized voices that tell you you're not enough, or you must keep going no matter what. This means setting boundaries that protect your energy, speaking kindly to yourself when you stumble, and granting yourself permission to rest, grieve, and heal without judgment. Each act of self-compassion rewires the old script and builds a new foundation for emotional freedom. It's through this consistent, tender care that you dismantle the shadow of the mother complex and reclaim your power as your own most devoted guardian. Healing begins when what was hidden in the shadows comes into the light. Carl Jung taught that the unconscious holds the keys to our deepest wounds and greatest potentials, but it remains a prison until we make it conscious. This means facing the internal voices and patterns that have controlled your life without your awareness, the silent judgments, the fears, the inherited stories you've accepted as your own. Instead of running from them or silencing them with empty affirmations, you learn to observe these parts with curiosity and courage. Ask yourself, where did this voice come from? Whose pain am I carrying? This moment of awareness is the turning point where power shifts back to you. You stop being a prisoner of past hurts and become the author of your present. It's not about erasing the past, but transforming it through understanding. When unconscious patterns become conscious, they lose their grip and true freedom begins. After bringing the unconscious into consciousness, the next vital step is creating a new way of relating to yourself, a new inner language. This means replacing the harsh, critical voices you inherited with compassionate, nurturing ones. For years, you may have spoken to yourself in tones of judgment, blame, and neglect, the echoes of the unresolved mother archetype living inside you. But true healing requires you to become your own loving caretaker, the internal mother who listens without condemnation and offers comfort without conditions. This new language is not about denying pain or forcing positivity. It's about meeting yourself with honest kindness. It's saying, it's okay to be tired, I'm here for you, and you are worthy of care. Each time you practice this, you weaken the power of the old scripts and rewrite your emotional DNA. Over time, this new internal dialogue builds resilience, self-trust, and the freedom to live authentically, beyond the shadows of the past. The journey you are on is not just about healing yourself, it's about breaking a cycle that has been passed down through generations. Every unhealed wound, every unresolved pain, is a thread in a tapestry woven by your ancestors. But you have the power to change the design. Breaking the pattern means consciously choosing to stop repeating old stories, behaviors, and emotional reactions that no longer serve you or those who come after you. It requires courage to confront family myths and inherited loyalties, but it also holds the promise of freedom. When you dismantle these patterns within yourself, you create space for a new legacy, a legacy of awareness, self-love, and emotional freedom. This new story you build will ripple out, influencing not only your life, but the lives of future generations. The real gift you give your lineage is not perfection, but the courage to face pain, grow beyond it, and live authentically. This is how healing becomes transformation, and transformation becomes legacy. You've traveled through some of the deepest and most challenging parts of your inner world, the mother archetype, invisible loyalties, unconscious patterns, and the path to healing. Now, the most important question remains: what will you do with this knowledge? Healing is not a destination, but a continuous journey that begins with small, courageous steps. Today, commit to breaking the cycle by choosing awareness over repetition, compassion over judgment, and self-love over self-neglect. If this message resonated with you, take a moment to write in the comments, "I am breaking the pattern," and share this video with someone who needs to hear it. Remember, you are not alone in this path. By waking up and choosing yourself, you create a ripple effect of healing that touches generations to come. So subscribe, turn on notifications, and join this journey of conscious transformation. The power to change your life and honor your story is in your hands. Now, go and live it fully.